What was a sketchy cheap buy that ended up being one of your best purchases? Seed packets from the dollar store. While in college my boyfriend and I were broke. Really broke. But I still wanted to do something to celebrate spring. We were getting a few cheap things at the dollar store when I noticed they were selling these seeds packets from a big old bin that you had to dig through for $1. No tax. I immediately begged to buy one despite our strict budget. Boyfriend was incredulous I'd want to buy sketchy seeds, but dutifully handed me a quarter. I ended up picking out tomatoes. Well, we got home, and I carefully placed about 3 seeds in washed out cans. I watered them, and watched them sprout. I loved tending to my little garden. I ended up with 3 beautiful, huge tomato plants. It was a bumper crop, more than we could eat. I sold the extra produce to my classmates. Made like $25. Good seeds. I was traveling in Japan and needed nail clippers. All I could find is this cheap pink Hello Kitty grooming kit. These clippers are the best I ever owned. They have stayed sharp and functional for 20 years. I'm very protective of them. Everyone in the house knows you don't touch dad's pink Hello Kitty nail clippers. Traveling from a different city straight into work, where my uniform was a white shirt with a conspicuously black bra. Wasn't stopping home, so I did stop on the first corner store. I found and bought a $5 white bra that looked roughly my size as they had nowhere to try them on. Just to wear one night. 10/10. Comfiest bra I ever owned. Wore it every day of my life for about a year. It gave in at some point. It was still a $5 bra. But damn, I dream of the day when all my bras fit that well. Bought my kitty for $20 on Craigslist from a legit meth addict. I had never had a cat before, and this little meow factory has been my best friend ever since. Seller lists several 2-month-old kittens on Craigslist. First come first serve. We pull up to an area of town known for high crime and drugs at like 11 at night. Seller plops this impossibly tiny kitten into my hand wordlessly. She was only 3 weeks old. The seller gave us some shit about how her sister's cat just had kittens and she didn't want to make a whole new post about it. Kittens were listed for $10. The seller was asking for $15. All we had was a $20. I looked at my now fiancé and we knew no one else was gonna take care of her. We drove that kitten home in a laundry basket. Nearly 3 years later, that kitten is attached to my hip and I can't think of a better $20 investment. Of a long road trip with some mates, I bought a $20 pair of sunglasses in a gas station just outside Chicago. They fit me better than any pair of sunglasses ever did, or ever will, and they made me look awesome. For years I constantly received compliments about them and was asked where I got them. I lost them after 5 long years and have hated myself for it ever since. They were so no name they didn't even have a brand name on them at all. So I have no idea who made them. I have no way of finding that gas station either. I've literally spent hundreds of dollars trying to find sunglasses that come close to that same perfect fit / style, but I can't share a picture of these shades. Ensure someone will be able to identify them. It's been 8 hours. We've lost Op, just as he had lost his shades. I was giving these college-aged young women a Lyft ride. One asks how that Craigslist thing went, so my ears perked up. The other says something like he complained it went back too far. Just don't put it back so far, duh. Eventually I deduce they are talking about a recliner, which I've been looking for one for some time now. I interject and ask about it. Lady has a lazy boy electric recliner she just wants $20 for. I'm like, listen, I know it's sketchy, but if you've got Craigslist randos in your house, Lyft at least gave me a background check. We pull up, I end the ride, and follow these ladies into their house. I knew I wanted it as soon as I laid eyes on it. So, this college chick is helping me stuff a recliner into my backseat, and all I can think is how Buffalo Bill kidnapped that girl in Silence of the Lambs. $20 for a recliner so lazy it reclines for me. Found a wedding videographer online and booked him for a very affordable rate for my wedding, assuming it wouldn't be very good quality. 2 weeks after the wedding, He emails me a high quality, well edited video. He had a drone I hadn't noticed because he was outside of the venue getting b-roll with it before I even started getting ready for the big day. I was floored, and now I recommend him to everyone who ever plans to get married ever. Edit. He has definitely upped his prices since then. He did the videography for my wedding last summer, and rightfully so, because he does great work. Do him a favor and don't tell people what you paid him. Dude needs to up his rate. We bought an Ellis Island boat tour in New York from one of the guys on the streets. We were lead into a van and treated extremely well, so we weren't immediately sketched out. Too bad. We don't know New York, so we ended up driving 20 minutes through Manhattan by 3 men to an apparently abandoned sketchy dock with no one there. That's when we were convinced we were being scammed or sold into human trafficking. Gave us a post-it note with a number, and they said to go around the abandoned factory to the pier, and they were waiting for us. So we took our naive tourist ass around the building alone expecting nothing, and they would just pull off and scam us. Sure enough, we turned the corner and there was a big boat with a bunch of people, and it was legit. We had an amazing tour and a lot of fun with free food and drinks. So overall great decision, but in hindsight we should have been murdered or at least scammed. Mobile edit. Yes, I rushed the story and misspelled a couple things. I'm leaving naive, scammed, and all the others just for you guys. Murder those dinks, Giddo? What I mean? Murder? What did ya do, Giddo? Yeah, said to take him for a ride. Ah hell, Giddo. You said make it, so they never forget. Don't worry about it. I did what you wanted me to do. I took care of them. I bought a fake wood, plastic, mantle clock from Value City for like $10 because I needed something for my first apartment. I received a surprising number of compliments on it and was asked more than once if it was a family heirloom because it looked so old. It also lasted for like 10 years until some movers broke it. I was kind of proud of displaying that stupid, cheap clock to the movers. You broke my family heirloom. That was worth mumbles dollars. Emotionally, $700 million. Magic cards. I spent around $200. It easily came out around 2k to 3k. This box was just a random pickup on the internet from Craigslist. My best purchase of magic cards was a store under new management. I went in with my 2 elementary school aged sons. As a mother that taught them to play, I asked to purchase the 2 large boxes in bulk, but because they had not had time to catalog their cards, they agreed on 10 cents a piece. At least 2 of the cards, combined, were valued at $80, and I bought hundreds. It's been some years since I have played, at least 3 or 4 years since I have purchased any. Wonder how much they are valued at, but don't have the heart to part from them. I started playing in '97 and have cards prior to that. Edit. My oldest is starting as a freshman in college next week and my youngest is a freshman in high school. A $27 dash cam. Got it off Amazon. Its shaper image included an SD card and was $27 bucks. I thought it was gonna be a waste. It wasn't. I have it on whenever I drive. Turns on automatically. Records automatically. You can turn auto rewrite on or off. Has a high quality camera. Infrared LEDs for nighttime driving. The mounting mechanism works great. It's static and has never fallen. It's not the best in the world. It's not 4K recording, but it's 1080, high 120 FPS, and was $27 bucks, when some other can run up into the high hundreds. 10/10ths would buy again, 10/10ths would gift to someone. Actually works great, and was $27 bucks. How much was it? The brand name is $27 dash cam. Costs $199. That's how they get ya. Fugly slash sad slash misshapen potted plants from the grocery store. They just need some love and it's so fun to see them grow. Are you my fiance? Her room is full of succulents that were half dead and half off. Now, they're all comically big and won't stop growing, and she's becoming a succulent god. Not my purchase, but still one of the best. My brother gifted me a Snuggie one year for Christmas. I had painstaking tracked down a bootleg album he wanted, and he got me a buy one, get one free Snuggie. I didn't speak to him for weeks. I have routinely used that damn Snuggie for every camping trip I've been on over the last 7 years, and I will tell you it has become the most useful gift I've ever gotten. My brother got me a Snuggie one year, a big nightmare before Christmas Snuggie. I think it might be purple. What a stupid gift. I was amused, but never really used it. It's a Snuggie. Then he had to go and die, so of course I'm never going to get rid of this dumb purple travesty. My kids love it, and I keep it neatly folded near the couch when it gets cold. I've used it a few times and I love it dearly because it reminds me of my brother's dumb teenage gift giving decisions. Edit. I'm really happy that this story resonated with so many people. Thank you for the gold and silver, and thank you for every comment. I read them all. 3. $17 Target brand boat shoes. I bought them about 6 years ago and just wore them randomly for things like going to the grocery store or running down to my car. Then I found they were great practice shoes for disc golf. They lasted 1.5 years of planting and twisting on concrete before they finally folded. Went back. They've been discontinued for years. RIP. Target continually changes their clothing section, so if you like something, buy multiples because it will be gone or are branded in like 6 months. My dog was a stray, adopted by a couple, but returned because he was too high energy. So his adoption fees were 50%. Best $45 I've ever spent. My wife got this fluffy fleece blanket from Costco, short on one side, long on the other, and oh my fucking god. I'll let nobody touch it but me. Is it heavier than most blankets? I think I have one too. This past winter one of my kids was really sick and asked if she could use it because it's so soft and heavy. I'll let her because I'm her mom. She was very sick and I'm theoretically an adult, but I was secretly anxious and annoyed the whole time because she was hacking and spreading her damn germs on my blankie. I'm a 28-year-old guy and that's all I'd be worried about too. I have a secret weakness for soft fuzzy blankets and no one better dare mess mine up.